Time to talk some Euros 2024. And if we're going to do that, we're going to do it with Buckets, aka John Eimer and Martin Green. Before we get into it, fellas, let's take a look at the odds for the Euros 2024. Very interested to see what your group winner picks are, by the way. I'll tell you what, let's just get right into that. Buckets, I want to start with you. You got two sets of winner picks here, two sets of group winner picks. Let's go through them.
Yeah, absolutely, Sia. And when you're looking at some of these group winners, it can be a little bit tricky because there's not always value here. There's a couple of these groups with teams like England in them where they're such overwhelming favorites, you almost want to use them as parlay pieces. But I've still got two for us all here today. I'm going to start with Group B, and I'm looking at Spain to win this group. This is being called the group of death by a lot of people because it features the teams like Spain, like Croatia, and like Italy. But frankly, I just haven't been impressed enough with Italy to see them being significant competition at this point. And so it's going to be between Spain and Croatia for me. But right now, Spain is just flying high, and they have way too many attacking threats for anybody to stop. So I'm looking at Spain to win this group starting at -125. Then for my second, you want me to give you my second one, Sia, or give Martin a chance to chime in?
Let's roll. Let's roll with your second group winner pick.
Let's keep going with it. And we're going to go to Group E. And I'm looking at Belgium to win this group here. This is not so much because I have a ton of faith in Belgium, but because I don't have a lot of faith in their opponents. Ukraine, Romania, Slovakia, not the biggest powerhouses we see in European footy right now. And Belgium, with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku, even though they haven't impressed in recent World Cups, this is a team that should dominate this group. So I'm loving Belgium to do some serious damage in the Euros.
Yeah, as John said, and as you can see on the screen, the odds are quite short on a lot of the group winners. So I've taken a slightly different approach and I've gone for a couple of parlays. I'm starting with England and Portugal, both to win their groups. It's still a bit strange for me as an Englishman to see England as the favourites to win Euro 2024 this summer because haven't won a trophy in decades. But I think they should have enough quality to finish ahead of Denmark, Serbia and Slovenia in their group. Portugal also look very strong with Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva in attack. I think they should get the better of teams like Turkey and the Czech Republic in Group F. If you combine both of those teams to win their groups, you get cumulative odds of +106, which I think looks attractive. And my other parlay is backing John with Belgium, and I'm combining them with Germany to win their group. I think Germany should be too strong for Switzerland, Hungary and Scotland. And I think that Belgium team could run riot against the likes of Ukraine and Slovakia. So if you stick both of those two together, you get odds of +115.
I love that. Love the parlay pieces to get the juice to the positive. All right, we gotta have our pick to win, but before we do that, let's do the golden boot. Let's start there. Buckets, who wins the golden boot at Euros 2024?
This is going to be a hot take and a bit of a long shot, but I'm looking at Nicholas Füllkrug. That is right. The guy's sitting at +3,300 to win the golden boot. We got to remember with the golden boot, not only do you want to make sure to pick a country that you believe is going to make it very far in this competition, but you also want to look at a country that should dominate and have very high scoring games in their group stages. As Martin already talked about, Group A is not that strong of a group. Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland are all good attacking teams, but none of those are teams that are known for their defenses. Germany, being the host nation, having a lot to play for after back-to-back disappointing World Cups, should be running rampant in this, and they should be trying to rack up as many goals as they can. And if you're looking for a German striker, I got to look at Nicholas Füllkrug right now. He's been in tremendous form domestically. He's been fantastic with the national team. And at +3,300, bit of a long shot, it's definitely worth the sprinkle for a team that I think is going to go all the way here, Sia.
Well, Buckets, maybe we'll take your long shot and we'll take Martin's shorter shot. Even the most casual of soccer fans know who you're picking in terms of knowing the name. A lot of name recognition with your pick, Martin. What is it?
That's correct. I'm going for a significantly shorter shot there, Sia. I am going for Kylian Mbappe. Can't look past him, I'm afraid. He blazed the trail of destruction across the 2022 World Cup, won the Golden Boot, scored 8 goals in just 6 games at that tournament, including a hat-trick against Argentina in the final. The French forward really relishes the big occasions, having previously scored in the 2018 World Cup final and the 2021 UEFA Nations League final. He'll be fired up for this tournament. He's just secured a big move from PSG to Real Madrid. He'll want to prove to everyone that he's the world's best player. And I do think that he looks well priced to finish as the top scorer at this tournament, despite it only being plus 500.
Martin, I got my pen on me. I'm writing down blazed a trail of destruction. That was pure art. I very much appreciate that. Bucket's shaking his head. He's like, yeah, I'm not sure I could have come up with that. All right.
I
Buckets,
can't compete. I just can't.
Well, listen, you can compete with the outright pick. Buckets, I'm going to start with you. Who wins Euros 2024?
To nobody's surprise, the guy wearing the Deutschland scarf around his neck is going to be backing the host nation, Germany, here to win the tournament at plus 500. I know that Germany is not a long shot here as they are third on the table, but this is a team that I'm backing them because of their new manager, Julian Nagelsmann, and because they have the advantage of being the host nation. Germany famously just had their first manager in club history fired as Hansi Flick was removed by the German Federation. So now Julian Nagelsmann has to step up, and he can do so in a tremendous way here at the Euros that are taking place in Germany. This is a team that has a ton of depth. This is a team that has a ton of youth, and this is a team that also is mixed with a ton of experience. I know they're going to eventually have to go through either England or France here, but I can't ignore Germany at a plus 500 number because you always got to sprinkle the host nation in these kind of competitions.
All right, Martin Green. I don't know if your golden boot pick was maybe a preview as to the team you're picking to win outright, but let's hear it.
That's correct, Sia. Yeah, I have to go with John because I think that France and England will both make it through to the semi-finals of this competition. They will then face off against one another in Dortmund on June the 10th. I just think France can get the better of England in that game, I'm afraid. They beat England in the knockout stage of the 2022 World Cup. I think Les Bleus could repeat the feat of the Euros this summer. They're stronger in defence than England. And as I said, Mbappe really provides that X factor in attack. If they beat England in that semi-final, I really think they should go on and lift the trophy. I'm not convinced, I'm afraid, that Germany are going to make it. I can see it being either Spain or Portugal. I have Spain beating Germany en route, but you never know. They are the home team. Either way, whether it's Portugal, whether it's Spain, or whether it's Germany against France in that final, I just think France should have too much for any of those teams. So I do like odds of plus 400 on France to get the job done.
All right, France and Germany. Those are the outright picks. You got the golden boot picks and you got the group stage picks. A lot of exciting soccer coming up for Euros 2024. And Buckets and Martin Green will be all over it in the coming month.